Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Skill Streams. In today's video, we will learn about multiple inheritance in C++. We will understand what multiple inheritance is, its syntax, and we will solve a simple program. So let's get started. So first we will see the basic definition of multiple inheritance. It is a process of creating a new derived class from more than one base classes. What does it mean? You can see an image on left side. So in this image we have two base classes, class B and class C. From B and C class we have derived a new class, that is class A. So class A is nothing but a derived class which is also called as a child class. B and C also called as parent class. Now, when we are talking about multiple inheritance, as the name only indicates multiple, the word multiple itself means in this type of inheritance we will be dealing with more than one base class. In this image we are just dealing with two base classes. There can be more than two base classes. There can be 3, 4, multiple base classes, but only one derived class. So that is what multiple inheritance is. So the child class A will inherit the properties of the base classes into its own class, right? So just giving a gist, multiple base classes and only one derived class. That is what multiple inheritance is. Now, we will just see the syntax. The syntax is class base class 1. So, this class is a keyword. Base class 1 is the name of first parent class. Then we'll have the data members and member functions inside first base class. Then we'll write the code for base class 2. Class again is a keyword. Base class 2 is a name of the second parent class. We have the data members and member function associated with base class 2. Now, for the derived class, we will write class as a keyword. It is mandatory, that is a keyword. Name of derived class, colon, public base class 1, comma, public base class 2. Now, what is this public? This public keyword is nothing but access specifiers. Access specifier, or you can say visibility modes. Means if I am using public in front of base class 1 and base class 2, that means the data members, whatever data is there in base class 1 and base class 2 will be available publicly. That means all the data we can easily access in derived class. When we are writing visibility mode as public, the data of the parent classes will be accessible inside derived class. That is what the meaning of public, right? Take an example, public in the sense, suppose I have my mobile number. Nowadays, we get so many spams call. It has become public now, right? So, it is accessible to everyone. Where in case, if I am changing the visibility mode as private, okay, So data will have some restriction. Example, take an example of bank account. Bank account number and bank balance are private data to me. I don't want to give it publicly, right? So for that type of data, I will declare a variable or a parent class as private. Got it? So now we will see the example. Now we will see the example. So I have 3 questions. I'll show the second one. So as you can see, we have 2 classes, that is subject 1, subject 2. I have a data member M1 and M2, right? I have a derived class, that is result, with a data member total. What we need to do here in this question is accept and display data for one object of class result. That means I need to display the result, calculate the total, right? So for calculating total, I need M1 from subject 1 base class 1, M2 from subject 2 base class 2, right? So this is base class 1, this is base class 2, and this is a derived class, right? So when I want M1 from subject 1, M2 from subject 2 in result class, what I need to do is I need to publicly inherit subject 1 and subject 2. Okay, so let's move on to the coding. So let's see. Now I have class subject 1 with data members M1, I'll take one member function void get data. This function is used for taking user's input, right? I will take the marks from user, enter marks, enter marks 1, C in, we will store that entered value in M1. Okay, now void put data. So I'm creating this function which is specifically meant for just displaying. So for displaying, you can include it in double quotation, marks 1 equal to name of variable in which we are storing it. Okay, now we will write it for class. What is the name of base class 2? That is subject 2. Okay, now declare variable. Which variable we are using now? M2. Void get data 1, Need to check the curly brackets, open and close. See out. Again we need to take input from the user. Enter marks 2. See in, the value will get stored in M2. Okay. Instead of int we can take float also. Now for displaying, what we will do is we will take one put data member function. The name of member function you can give any name. You can use output, you can use display, any name. Marks 2 equal to, the value is stored in M2. Okay. So just check class subject1 base class. You have declared variable M1, get data, curly bracket open close, put data, curly bracket open close. Same for base class 2. Now what we need to do is, now we need to write code for the derived class. Class result colon, right? Public subject1 comma public subject2. Now inside derived class we will declare a variable total and then a member function calculate, which will calculate the marks M1 plus M2, right? So before calculating M1 plus M2, we will call get data by subject1, scope precision operator, then subject2, scope precision operator, get data 1. The scope precision operator tells us this get data and get data 1 belongs to subject1 and subject2 parent classes. Now after taking users input for both the variables M1 and M2, now calculate total equal to M1 plus M2. How we can call it again? Subject1 colon put data subject 2 colon put data 1. And lastly we need to display the total. So for displaying we will use cout total marks obtained. Okay. Now we need to create object. So for creating object I will use derived class, that is result r, then r dot calculate. That's it. Now we can just execute and check the output. Enter marks marks 2 So this is a total. Marks 1, marks 2, and these are the total marks. That's all for today. Thank you. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.